Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. And this law is kind of like chess, like real life chess. So the beauty about this game of chess is that you don't know what your opponent is going to do next. Professional players will try and predict their opponent, analyze their opponent's moves, and make an intelligent decision based on that. But for the majority of the time, you don't know what your opponent's going to do, and this is synonymous of life. And not knowing what another person's move is going to be next creates, as this law said, like a state of terror. It's like uncertainty, confusion, mystery. And this gives you the upper hand, because if the other person doesn't know what you're going to do next, you have the cards. You can make the move. And to win at the game, you have to be like supremely patient, to have foresight, to think ahead. And the game is built on patterns, right? So, and it's like life, like these patterns and sequences have been played before, and they will be played again, only with just slight minor alterations. It's kind of like life. Every book you read, every story you hear, every idea, everything we see is a slight alteration of something before it. It's kind of maybe getting off on a tangent, but just an interesting thought. Keys to power. Okay, so one of the reasons humans are at the top of the food chain, and the reasons we are the most supreme animal, is because of our conscious control we have over our thoughts, actions. This consciousness, this awareness that other animals don't have. These other animals will behave in set patterns, and we are able to predict the patterns and hunt and kill them. So people obviously have the capacity to not live in these patterns and to control and alter their behavior, but so many people don't do that. So many people get comfortable being comfortable. Only man has the capacity to consciously alter his behavior, to improvise and overcome the weight of routine and habit. Yet most men do not realize this power. They prefer the comforts of routine, of giving in to the animal nature. Understand, a person of power who instills a kind of fear by deliberately unsettling those around him to keep the initiative on his side. You sometimes need to strike without warning to make others tremble when they least expect it. This reminds me of something Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within, I was reading that, and he talked about every time he passed this building on his walk, he would give this homeless man some money. Every time. He decided to do this good deed for whatever reason he had. Okay? Obviously the man was appreciative, but then one time he went to reach for his wallet and he didn't have any money. He said, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. And the homeless man became slightly aggravated. The homeless man became upset. Like, well, why? Like, every time you've passed me, you've given me money. What happened this time? So it's like he became entitled, and he became habituated to receive this gift by Tony. And this time he didn't have it. And the result was unstable emotion and a minor conflict between these two people. Now, if Tony had been more unpredictable with his actions, and he kind of talks about this as well, he talks about behavior change and how being more unpredictable with your actions, and if he had intermittently given money to this homeless man, or this situation may have never occurred. If he had given it one week and then given something different the other week and did it sporadically, then the habit is never created. You're constantly left on edge, it could come at any time. This positive reinforcement could come at any time. And that's really another way to reinforce positive change. It's not by rewarding it every time, it's by rewarding it more intermittently. if you want to maintain a consistent habit. Awaken the Giant Within is a great book for behavior, and that's why I was talking about it. And that's how it links to Law 17, because it's create an air of unpredictability. This is not just synonymous with stories throughout history. This is real. This is like how to create habits. Now, the law states keep others in suspended terror. However, obviously has a negative connotation to it, but it doesn't have to be negative. It could be a positive terror. So, and I'll link from what I'm about to say here. People are always trying to read the motives behind your actions and to use your predictability against you. Throw in a completely inexplicable move and put them on the defensive. Okay, so you can do that to gain some type of advantage over somebody else, but it doesn't have to be always so tactical. So you can just be unpredictable and inexplicable in your moves. Say if you're in a relationship or you're traveling somewhere, and you have maintained a certain habit with your partner, or with whoever you're with, or your friends, and you guys always kind of go here, do this, and it's kind of predictable. Well, by, as he's saying, throwing in completely inexplicable moves, you can create spontaneity and create excitement and passion and energy by doing something you've never done before, by stepping away from that habit and routine and doing something different. So this is how cultivating an air of unpredictability can work in so many different ways. Reversal. Sometimes predictability can work in your favor. By creating a pattern for people to be familiar and comfortable with you, you can lull them to sleep. They have prepared everything according to their preconceived notions about you. And in 1974, Muhammad Ali did this with George Foreman. Very famous fight, boxing fight. So Ali was always known. Yeah, he had a certain style of fighting, and everybody knew it. Ali was he moved a lot, danced around a lot when he boxed, and that's what his whole career had been based on. And seemingly, like Foreman, he had the upper advantage. He was a very strong, he had like heavy punches, like he was a great fighter. Yeah, his punches were his strength compared to his movement like Ali. But Ali decided he needed to change his style for this fight in order to win. And sometimes before fights, trainers would loosen the ropes around the ring if the boxers were intending to what they call slug it out. So they'd just be on the ropes, just slugging it out, just like trying to dodge hits and really wear out their opponent. And Ali's trainer did this before the fight. But no one believed this. Everybody thought it was a ploy. Everybody thought, he's just trying to trick Foreman. It's not gonna work. They saw through it. But that's exactly what he did. He changed his habit of 10 years of fighting. That everybody thought he had a certain style. He changed it for this fight. Went up against the rope, slugged it out, and upset Foreman's strategy. Foreman wore himself out by throwing punches wildly. And then Ali eventually knocked him out. The habit of assuming that a person's behavior will fit its previous pattern was so strong that not even Ali's announcement of a strategy change was enough to upset it. See, Foreman knew what was happening. He walked into a trap. And a trap that he had been told to expect. So that's the beautiful thing about habituation and this law. But then there's other sides of unpredictability. Unpredictability can be seen as a sign of indecisiveness, depending on how you go about it. And that's not an attractive quality, and that's not a quality that people admire. Indecisiveness. That's not even a trait, like fuck what other people think. That's not a trait you want to adopt, indecisiveness. So you have to walk that line carefully. Patterns are powerful, and you can terrify people by disrupting them. Such power should only be used judiciously. And it can't just terrify people, as I said before. Like, you can use this for great positive things, for exciting people and creating energy and passion and excitement by doing things that you've never done before. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability.